Hey guys!
Good morning and welcome back to another vlog. Today we are in Hanoi and we plan to explore more of this city today.
Yeah.
But before that, our first task for the day is to drop off our laundry. Let's go!
So we are here now at the Bach Ma temple, which is one of Hanoi Old Quarter's most popular and most famous temples. Not just because of how many tourists come here. Actually right now it's pretty empty because it's just been raining since morning. But this temple is supposed to be one of the most holy ones here, and it has a very interesting story as to why. The word Bach Ma means white horse, and this came because of a very important event that took place many centuries ago, when the local king, who had been a very prominent ruler of the land, attempted very strongly to move the capital of Vietnam, or the Nguyen dynasty as it was back then, from the city of Hoa Lo to Hanoi. Hanoi used to be called Thang Long, and if you've watched our Ha Long Bay video, you'll know exactly why. Thang Long means ascending dragon and Ha Long means descending dragon. So it was said that the dragon would take off from here and land there. And the takeoff here represented how important this city was, and this was proposed to be the new capital. But every time this king tried to build a new citadel over here, he kept on failing. And nobody could understand why, because all sorts of random problems began to creep up on the day of constructions. That is when, on one particular day, one of his subjects was here and praying. And that is when a white horse is said to have come out of inside this structure, and that is when they realized that it was something so unusual. And when the king saw that, he decided to build the walls of the citadel along this particular path that the horse had walked on. And from that moment on, there was absolutely no obstruction to the way the citadel was being built, and it was just so surprising for everyone. Later on, the temple was renamed as the Bach Ma temple in honor of the white horse, and even today it's so holy that so many people come here to pray every day, every hour. And we have been seeing some very interesting decorations inside. Offerings to God include Coca-Cola cans, beer cans, and so many other fast food snacks. Like we see some biscuit packets. Yes, it's very tempting to take one, but it's a temple, so we're not going to do that. This temple is supposed to be so important to the Vietnamese that when the French Empire took over Vietnam, or Indochina as it was back then, they were so afraid to touch this particular temple, and many attribute to the spiritual power this temple has about how people are afraid to cause any trouble to it. We are now walking on the famous train street. So this is basically a railroad that runs through central Hanoi, and this passes through like a very quiet residential neighborhood, and then on both sides of the rail you can see a lot of small cafes and houses. So all of this behind me, you can see are so many cafes. And then we've just found one. See Shishira sitting there. So we're gonna get some food and then wait for a train to pass. But right now you can even see traffic going. So it's really funny because it's a narrow gauge rail, so it's really small. It's less than like 3/4 of a meter wide, and then there's only probably 2 or 3 feet of walking space on either side, which sometimes even motorbikes use. So it's really funny. And then all of these cafes and houses, I think they are prepared for this kind of a fun evening, because on Saturdays and Sundays you see so many trains, and then they even have a schedule like put up right here, you can see. So you can come grab a seat in one of the balconies of the cafes, and then you can watch the train go by. So it's been a little bit of a challenge to get veg food here, but we got the one item that was on the menu, which is veg noodles. And then I also have Oreo here. I just wanted to take this moment to tell you what Oreos are like here. You get some really crazy flavors, like this one. This is, can you see it? This one is blueberry, and it's got this very crazy minty flavor. We haven't had this before in India, so I'm so amused by all the different flavors that are here. And you can't beat Milo. If you're a 90s kid, or if Milo has made a big difference in your life, comment down below. We've come back to our hostel and we're just standing here on the street. The rain's gone crazy right now. It's slowing down now, but just like a minute ago it was very wild. So we are trying to balance our umbrellas and then also vlog here. Anyway, so apparently our laundry is done, so we're gonna go see if we can collect it right now, if it's all dried and good.
And then why don't we go to a partying street tonight?
And that's called
laundry is done. Feels like a pillow.
Come on, Ban, my.
So this is our dorm. It's on the 3rd floor. Hence you can see I'm panting. We just realized that we never showed you guys where we're staying. So come on.
So this is the room. There are 4 different couple dorms, and ours is this one where we've been staying now for a week. We have air conditioning on the top, a chandelier because hostels can be fancy, and we have some
one locker, so this is our locker.
Yeah, but that's not the only locker. This is like the side locker we have, and then there's this big one. And
they also have a shoe cabinet, which nobody uses right.
Actually, I'm using it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what our room looks like. And yeah, there's a bathroom. Pretty clean for the most part. I think some people got a little dirty in the last few days. Wow. Yeah. But it's not that bad every day. Most days it's good. neighborhood is called Huong Viet, or the Old Quarter area. So there is a lake here called Huong Viet Lake, which we visited in our other vlog. Just link it up over here. But yeah, at evening times, especially on the weekends, starting Friday night, it's pretty crazy here. So one important tip if you're handling cash here in Hanoi, Vietnam is mostly a cash economy. If you use a card, they charge like an additional 3%. So what we found are 2 ATM networks where charges are quite low. The exchange rate is also pretty decent, better than the airport when you're trading US dollar for VND. So here, this one is called VP Bank. So here we noticed that there were no charges, and there's also a higher limit up to which you can withdraw cash. And most Indian cards, whether Visa or MasterCard, will work. The other bank that we have found is Agri Bank. In Agri Bank, you can withdraw at a slightly better, more favorable rate. But the only thing is over there is a charge for using the ATM, which is about $1, irrespective of how much you withdraw, up to 2 million down. So if you withdraw more than 2 million dong, one, the ATM will not work. Second, you'll have to split that into multiple withdrawals, and there your ATM charges increase. So the best way to do it is, if you're withdrawing more amount of cash, then probably come to this one. If you're withdrawing a little less, then probably go there to Agri Bank.
Strolling through all the beer streets here, we decided to go back to our usual restaurant for dinner because everything is overpriced here. It's way too expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Like the same item, if you buy for 40k, which is like 120 rupees or a little over $1.50, it's
same
like
thing in the market or in the city you get for 15 or 20k.
On beer street, like if you are drinking, it's one thing, like it's okay, you might get happy hour offers. But if you're eating food, and especially if you're eating vegetarian food, everything is like so overpriced. You have to pay at least like 2 times or 3 times what you pay for like in any other part of Old Quarter in Hanoi. So I mean, we've taken a walk through this beer street, so we're good with all the sightseeing.
Yeah.
Now we're just gonna head to a place where we can actually eat like good food for a for a decent amount of money. So we'll definitely enjoy that meal a lot more.
Let's go.
Not fake chocobar, like real. Like fake chocobar will have chocolate outside and vanilla inside, no?
Haven't had ice cream in a long time and I'm totally enjoying this one. This night market is parallel to Beer Street and it's a perfect place for you for your shopping. You can buy clothes, souvenirs, leather items at a very reasonable price here. But always bargain. You'll at least get a 30% discount. That's what I heard from some of our friends. We have been coming to this place for either lunch or dinner over the last 1 week. The taste is really good and also the prices are really reasonable. We have ordered our usual vegetarian fried rice and 1 vegetarian pani.
One. Namaskara.
Nan Shishira.
ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ನವನೀತ್. But like she said, our first task of the first order of day is.
Are you gonna walk?
Yeah.
English or Kannada?
English. We've. That's it. Kannada.
So you see that fan, it's a brand new fan. And here's what happened yesterday.
The last time when we came here for dinner, that there was another fan over there, a very old one, and one of the propellers like it broke and then it fell when it was still spinning, so it went like right by my face. So yeah, now we see there's a new fan. We got a discount and an apology the other day, but I mean it could have happened by chance with anyone. They are very nice people here. So yeah, we are back even with that.